Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our class tonight. We're going to focus on a few breath exercises, some spinal movements, some hip opening, which we did a little bit of that last week, I think. But first of all, we're going to start with a breathing practice of diaphragmatic breathing, which we finished with last week. So I'll get you to lie on your stomachs in the crocodile pose. And then put your left arm across the front of your body and stack the right arm on top, resting your forehead on your arms. And then rotate your hips out so your toes and your knees are pointing outward and legs are wide. And if this is not comfortable, you can bring your feet closer together and turn your toes in and have your heels dropping out. Just making sure you're comfortable, that your neck is comfortable. Let's begin to bring your mind's attention away from all other places, all other times. Be aware only of the flow of your breath. Just noticing the quality of your breath. Is it smooth or is it a little bit jerky? Without trying to change it, just notice. Simply observe. And with each inhale, drawing in a feeling of peace, vitality, and calm. And with each exhale, let go of any tension. Breath by breath. Let go of any stress, any thoughts, any tension in your body. Now bring your mind's attention to your stomach and the navel area. And just notice as you inhale, your stomach gently expands and touches the ground, and as you exhale, your stomach contracts and slightly lifts. So just feel that expansion and contraction with the rhythm of your breath. Now see if you can notice which muscles are moving as you inhale and exhale. This will give you a sense of diaphragmatic breathing, where you breathe deep into the bottom of the lungs. The diaphragm expands down towards the stomach, and the stomach expands on the inhale. And as you breathe out, your diaphragm relaxes back up towards the lungs and the stomach contracts. So just feeling that movement, engaging with which muscles are moving as you inhale and exhale. Noticing if your breath is a little more smooth and gentle, slow. And if there was any jerkiness in the breath, perhaps this is calmed down. Just notice if your breath has changed from when you started the practice. Now begin to bring your feet together, stretch your arms out in front, and take a nice full body stretch. And then relax. And now stretching through the right side, so lengthen the right arm, right leg, relaxing the left side, and then relax the right. And now stretching out through the left as you inhale, and exhale to relax. So now making your way onto your backs. So lying with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. And then bring your right knee in towards your chest, interlock your fingers around your knee and lengthen your left leg so it's just above the floor. And as you exhale, deepen that stretch. As you inhale, switch sides. Exhale, deepen the stretch. And continue following the flow of your breath. Inhale to switch sides and exhaling to deepen the stretch. So take 3 more rounds to each side in your own time and following your natural breath. When you've completed your 3 rounds in your own time, let's bring your feet down onto the mat and bring them out to the edges of the mat. Bring your arms out from the sides of your body, palms facing down. So knees are bent, but less than 90 degrees, about 30 degrees. So your feet are towards the end of the mat. And as you exhale, start to bring your knees down to the right. Inhale back to center. And then knees down to the left. And continue for 3 more rounds, following the flow of your breath. Just gently warming up the body, the spine, the hips. In your own time, coming back to the center, walk your feet towards your buttocks, and then roll to one side and come up to sitting. Sitting in easy pose. So drawing your spine nice and upright, head, neck, shoulders in alignment. And have your shoulders relaxed as we warm up through the neck. So as you begin to exhale, bringing the chin towards the chest. As you inhale, slowly moving your chin upward, keeping the shoulders relaxed. And continue for 3 more rounds, following the flow of your natural breath. And feeling every part of the movement. Noticing any areas that may be tense or tight. And as you exhale, see if you can release that tension. And in your own time, bringing your head back to the center. So let's take the neck roll now. So as you exhale, chin comes towards the chest. And start to move your right ear towards your right shoulder. And bringing your head back, left ear towards left shoulder, and chin back towards the chest. So as your head is moving back, you're inhaling and exhaling as your head comes forward. let that movement flow with the breath. Mind, body, and breath all flowing together. And as your chin comes forward and down, this time change direction and continue to flow with the breath, keeping the rest of your spine nice and upright and your shoulders relaxed, releasing any tension in the neck and the shoulders. And then in your own time, coming back to center, head, neck, spine in alignment. So let's make our way up to standing now. So feet are about hip distance apart. We're going to start with a side stretch. So inhale and bring the arms over the head. Interlock your fingers and then turn your palms to face up. As you exhale, take a side bend. Then inhaling back to center, exhale to the other side. And continue 2 more rounds. Just feeling into the movement of your spine. Notice the effect on your body, on your mind. And then in your own time, coming back to the center and bring your arms down by your sides. So we're going to take a forward and backward bend. Same kind of thing. Inhale the arms up. Softly bend your knees and then start to round through your back. So bending at the waist, coming halfway down. And then inhale to come up, slowly coming up, stretch your spine long, and as you exhale, take a little back bend. And continue 2 more rounds, exhaling forward, inhaling up, and then as you bend back, exhaling again. And taking 1 more round, following your own natural breath. And coming back to center. So we're going to put those 4 movements together to do an upper body rotation. So a little bit like the neck rotation again, just a soft bend in the knees. And start by bringing the upper body forward, rounding through the back, and then moving to the right, to the back, to the left, and to the front. And again, following the flow of the breath. Letting your breath guide the movement. Feeling into every part of the movement. Releasing that tension and allowing the subtle energy to flow. And as your body comes forward this time, pause and change direction. And taking 1 more rotation, and in your own time, coming back to center and bring your arms down. Beautiful. So this next one is a breath practice. So step your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Toes are pointing out, bending your knees, and then bending at the hips and resting your hands just above your knees, not on your knees, on your thighs. So thumb on the inside, fingers on the outside. So arms are straight and spine is straight. So as you inhale, breathe all the way down to the navel area, expanding the belly on the inhale, And then as you exhale, draw your navel in towards your spine. And continue to breathe like this. We're not forcing the breath, but we're squeezing all the breath out of the lungs, firing up the digestive system. Sometimes our agni, our internal fire that burns up the food, slows down, and doing this practice helps to ignite that fire. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. Notice if you feel any heat in your lower back. And then this time as you inhale, relax, and coming back up to standing. Let's walk your feet in slightly. And just take a moment to close your eyes down. And just notice the effects of that breathing practice. It helps to tone the stomach muscles as well. Just observing your heart rate, your breath rate. And then as you begin to inhale, bring your arms over your head. So having your toes again pointing out a little bit. We're going to come down into a squat pose. And then down into a forward bend. So fingertips to the floor, and then press the hips up towards the ceiling, head and shoulders down. Bend your knees a little, inhale to rise. And as you exhale, coming down into your squat, just to where you can comfortably go, and then fingertips to the floor, coming into that forward bend. And as you inhale, coming up and taking one more round. Exhale to squat, fingertips to the floor into your forward bend, and a nice inhale to rise. And then bringing the hands back to the heart center and lower your arms by your sides. And then step your feet so that the heels are roughly in line with your sit bones. Feet are parallel. As we come into a forward bend, Padahastasana. Inhale the arms up. Stretch the spine long, soften your knees, and then as you exhale, start to bend at the hips. Keep stretching your arms forward, keeping your spine long as you come all the way down. So your hands may rest on your legs, they may rest on the floor, and you can bend your knees as much as you need to, especially if you have tight hamstrings. Keep your knees a little bit bent. Let the head and shoulders sink down and allow the breath to flow. Feel that opening through the spine. Feel the flow of your breath. Letting go of any tension, exhale by exhale. Two more breaths. And as you inhale, slowly bring your arms forward, stretching your arms forward, and coming all the way up. Keep stretching your spine long. And then exhale the arms down by the sides. Just take a moment here to observe your breath. Notice any sensations in your body. So now we'll come into Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. So coming to the front of your mats. This way. In our Tadasana or mountain pose. And stepping your right foot back. So right foot is at 45 degrees, left toes are facing the front of the mat, and hips and shoulders facing towards the front. And then as you inhale, bring the arms over the head. As you exhale, coming into the posture, bending that left knee. Just check that your knee is over your ankle. If you can't see your toes, just walk your foot forward a little bit. So right leg is straight, right foot grounded to the floor, left leg is bent. And then lifting up through the ribs, lifting the shoulders, dropping the hips down. And if you feel balanced, you may like to take your gaze up towards your hands. Just allow your hips to sink down. Feel the soles of your feet grounded to the earth. And allow the breath to flow. And as you inhale, coming out of the posture, exhale the arms down and step your foot forward, coming back to our starting position. So this time stepping left foot back. Same thing, left foot at 45 degrees, hips and shoulders facing front. And as you inhale, bringing the arms over the head. As you exhale, bending that right knee. Check that your knee is over your ankle, grounding the feet to the earth. And then lengthen through the sides of the body, taking your gaze up if this is comfortable. And allow the breath to flow. Smooth, gentle flow of breath. With each exhale, letting go of any unnecessary holding, any unnecessary tension. Check that your jaw is relaxed. And then as you begin to inhale, start to come out of the pose. Exhale, arms by the sides and stepping forward to your Tadasana. And again, take a moment here to center your mind, turn your attention inward, to feel inside of your body. So this is our fifth limb of yoga, pratyahara, which means withdrawing the senses. So closing the eyes and turning our mind off from what's happening around us and bringing the awareness inside. Feeling perhaps the flow of that life force energy. Noticing your heart rate, your breath rate. And then opening your eyes. You're going to come into the tree pose, Vrikshasana. So begin by bringing your weight into your left leg and then bending your right knee. Turn your knee out, so rotating from the hip. So you can place your foot either on your calf muscle or on your thigh, so above or below the knee. Never on the knee, because that puts pressure on the knee. And then bring your gaze to a still point, either on the floor in front of you, on the wall behind me. And then when you're ready, bring your hands up over your head, palms together. And allow the breath to flow. And you keep your mind centered on that one still point, and the body will follow. And 2 more breaths. If you start to wobble, that's okay. Just compose yourself and come back into the posture. And slowly bringing the arms down, placing your foot down on the floor. Just notice if there's any imbalance between the left and the right. And then let's move to the left leg, sorry. Weight into the left foot, is it? Did we? Right foot, sorry. And bring your foot to your calf muscle. Hands together, the heart center to start with. Find that still point. And then slowly bring your arms up over your head. Breathing smoothly, gently. You can keep your toes on the floor if you wish. Like this. Yeah, just starting like that and then work up. And then slowly start to bring your arms down, placing your foot back on the floor, coming back to your Tadasana. Closing your eyes down, bringing your attention inward. Notice if you feel a little more balanced now. Allow the breath to flow. Allow the body to relax, letting go of any tension. And as you begin to inhale, bring your arms over your head. As you exhale, come into a forward bend. And then step back to downward facing dog. Spread your fingers wide and press your heels towards the mat. If your heels are really high, you might like to step your feet forward a little bit. Let your chest come down towards the floor. Allow the breath to flow all the way to your navel area. And then bring your knees down onto the mat, coming into tabletop position. So lining up the wrists under the shoulders, knees under hips. So let's begin with 3 rounds of the cat and cow stretch, Vidyalasana. So begin on the inhale, opening through the chest, lifting the chin. And then as you exhale, rounding through the back. So taking 2 more rounds, flowing with the breath and feeling that movement in your spine. And then in your own time, coming back to your neutral spine. So we're going to come into an extended cat-cow now. So bringing the right leg out behind you, left arm comes forward. And finding your center of balance. And as you exhale, bring knee to chest, elbow to knee and nose to knee. And as you inhale, lengthening through the front body. So continue 3 rounds in total. And as we finish this 3rd round, let's hold here for 2 breaths. And then slowly lower back down to your tabletop position. And let's take this to the other side. So left leg comes back, right arm comes forward. As you exhale, curling under. Inhale and lengthen. And perhaps with each round you can lengthen and curl a little more. So listening to your body, never going beyond your capacity. And on this 3rd round, we hold in the extended position. So head, neck, spine in alignment. And then slowly lower down. And bring your knee down. And then make your way into child's pose. And dropping the hips down, dropping the head down towards the floor. Just relax. With each exhale, let go of any tension. Feel your body sinking down. And as you begin to inhale, start to lift your body up, coming to sit on your heels, and then move your knees out to the edges of the mat. And see if you can drop your heels out a little bit so you can sit your hips down just inside your heels. So we're going to come into the frog pose or Mandukasana. So begin by having the fingertips on the floor, spine is upright, and then start to walk your hands forward. Bring your elbows down onto the mat. So forearms are parallel, and your body is parallel to the floor, so the head's not on the floor. And then start to lift your hips and walk your arms forward, so that the hips are forward from your knees. And then move your feet to the edges of the mat. Just allow your body to remain parallel to the floor, head, neck, spine in alignment, as we gently open through the hips. With each exhale, let go of any tension. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, relax your hips, your feet, your toes, letting go of any unnecessary holding, keeping your spine nice and straight. And allow the breath to flow. Feel the expansion and contraction of the stomach and the navel area with the breath. And taking 2 more breaths. And slowly start to lift your hips a little, move your hips back, walk your hands back, and then bring your knees a little closer together and come back into your child's pose. So head towards the floor. So you can have your knees closer or further apart, just whatever feels good for you, so that your body can relax, rejuvenate. And then as you begin to inhale, start to lift your body up and come onto your stomach. So we're going to come into a back bend pose now. So starting off, we'll just do a little gentle back bend. So bring your hands alongside your chest, stretch your toes out long, feet are close together. And then as you inhale, lifting up into a little cobra pose. And then exhale to lower. And do this 2 more times. And then coming back down, release your arms, place them by your sides and rest one cheek on the mat. Let your elbows be bent, let your heels drop out to the sides. Let your body sink down just for 3 breaths. And then as you begin your next inhale, lifting your head, bring your left arm and place it across the front of the mat, stacking your right arm on the top as we come into a half bow pose. So bending your right knee, bring your hand round, taking hold of the ankle. And then as you begin to inhale, start to lift your thigh, lift your chest. So you can use that left arm for support. Feel the rise and fall of your body perhaps with the flow of the breath. So keeping your shoulders parallel to the ground. That's it. Yeah, that's better. And then slowly lower. And bring your left arm to the your right arm to the bottom, left arm to the top. And let's take that to the other side. So this time, opposite arm, taking hold of the ankle, and as you inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the thigh, keeping your whole body parallel to the mat. Allow your breath to flow, letting go of any unnecessary tension. Let go, let go, let it go. 2 more breaths. And then as you exhale, lower back down. And bring your arms to the sides, bending your elbows, palms facing up. And let your heels drop out to the sides. So turning the opposite cheek to rest on the mat. Just let your body sink down. Let your body relax. And then as you begin to inhale, start to roll over onto your back and come to a seated position. So legs in front, so sitting in Dandasana, or the staff pose. Just bring your hands and rest them beside your hips, pressing into your hands, lifting your spine so it's upright, and then let your shoulders relax. Keeping your spine where it is. Duck your chin slightly in towards your throat. Just observe this posture. So we want to keep this straight spine through the next practice of the leg cradles. So bending your right knee and then bring your foot across, taking hold of your foot with one hand and knee with the other hand. If you want to, you can wrap your arms all the way round, but only if you can still keep your spine upright. And then keeping the grounded leg active, so foot is flexed, and then start to move your leg outward and inward. So rotating, moving from the hip, keeping the spine upright. Left leg is active, or straight leg is active. And then bringing your foot back down and coming to the other side. So holding knee, holding foot, or cradling your leg in your arms. You kind of need long arms to do that one. And just gently moving that hip joint. And your straight leg is still active, supporting your seated position. And then slowly placing your leg back out to the front. So we're going to take a forward bend now, Janushasana. So bring your right foot and place your right foot on the inside of your thigh, knee coming towards the floor, activating the straight leg, and then bend your knee on your left leg. Taking a nice inhale, bring your arms over the head. And as you exhale, again stretching forward, stretching the arms forward, chest forward. Bring your arms and hands down to rest on your foot or your ankle, or maybe on the floor. And then lift your chin so your gaze is forward. So we want to keep the head, the neck and the spine in alignment. And then slowly start to move your upper body forward, lengthening through the back. So you might like to bend your knee more so that your thigh is supporting your body. This helps to support your spine as well. And then let your shoulders relax. Allow the breath to flow. And with each inhale, breathing all the way, or imagine you're breathing down into the hips. And as you exhale, let go of any tension that you feel in your body. Breath by breath, exhale by exhale. Let it all go. And you may like to start to round your back a little and bring your head down towards your knee. So my words are coming out wrong tonight. Janushasana is head to knee pose. As you begin to inhale, slowly start to lift up, bring your arms up. Stretch your arms up and bring your knee down if your knee is bent. Just let it drop down to the floor, and then exhale the arms down. And switching to the other side. So left foot comes in to the thigh, bending the right knee, and draw the spine nice and upright. As you inhale, bringing the arms over the head. As you exhale, again stretching your arms up, stretching your body forward. So you're lengthening through the spine, and then letting the hands rest wherever they land. And then lifting your chin, lifting your gaze, so head, neck and spine in alignment. And let your chest drop down towards your thigh. Keeping head, neck and spine in alignment to start for a few breaths. Relax the shoulders. Noticing any areas of tension, breathe into that space, and as you exhale, let go. Let go of the tension, let go of any holding. Surrender to the posture. Then you can slowly start to bring your head towards your knee if this is for you. Always listening to your body. Staying within your own capacity. And then as you begin to inhale, slowly coming up, stretching the arms long, bring your knee down onto the floor, stretching long. And then exhale your hands down, coming back to Dandasana. So hands alongside the hips. Draw the spine up nice and straight. Flex your feet gently. And just close your eyes down and turn your focus inward. Feeling the effects of the posture. Allow the breath to flow. And now making your way down onto your backs. As we come into a supine twist pose. So knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. Arms out from the sides of your body with the palms facing down. And then as you begin to exhale, start to move your knees down to the right. Your knees don't have to come all the way to the floor. Once you've come to your soft edge, just make any adjustments to your shoulders so that both of your shoulders are resting on the mat. And if it feels comfortable, you can turn your head in the opposite direction to your knees. Start to let your body sink down. Let your body relax into this twist. So we give the organs of digestion a gentle massage. Just allow the breath to flow. Allow the tension to be breathed away. And then as you begin your next inhale, bringing head back to center, knees back to center, checking that your spine is straight on the mat. And as you exhale, bringing the knees down to the left. Again, just checking your shoulders are even on the mat, perhaps turning your head in the opposite direction. Just feeling where you are today. And one side may feel different to the other side. And just noticing anything that's there without judgment, without trying to change it. And come back to the breath. And as you begin to inhale, start to bring the head back to center, knees back to center. And draw your knees in towards your chest, giving your knees a nice hug. Pavamuktasana. Gentle squeeze. So now, taking hold of one knee with each hand, and start to rock back onto your shoulders and then up onto your hips. So do this 3 times, like a rocking chair, and then coming up to sitting. So having the feet flat on the floor, draw the spine upright as we come into a hip balancing pose. So start to move your upper body back and then lift your legs off the floor. So you can keep your hands underneath your thighs like this if you need to, or you may be able to bring your hands alongside your legs. So making sure your spine is nice and straight. So just making any adjustments so that you can comfortably stay here for a few breaths. Allow the breath to flow. And then bring your hands underneath your thighs and make your way into butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. Just bring the upper body forward, coming into a forward bend. Just a counter stretch for the spine. Let the shoulders relax. And then coming back up to sitting. Bring your knees together and make your way into Shavasana, so lying on your back. So we're not going to stay here just yet. Just a moment to feel into the spine, feel into the abdominal area, noticing any areas of tension, anywhere that you felt resistance. And just be with that. So now start to bend your knees. As we come up into a supported shoulder stand, so feet are flat on the floor. Pressing into your feet, lift your hips and just place your hands underneath your lower buttocks. And then start to bring your knees up over your chest and then feet up towards the floor, up towards the ceiling. Now, if anyone has practiced shoulder stand or half shoulder stand, you may like to come into this. So elbows are close into the sides of the body. Start to move your hands out from under your buttocks. Lift your hips. And then bring your legs so that they are facing towards the ceiling. So head on the floor, tucking the chin in, and just keeping your hands resting on your hips. That's it. Beautiful. And then just lifting your legs back this way. That's it. And whenever you've been up here for long enough, feel free to come back down the same way that you came in. And just resting back on the hands. Just a few more breaths here. So the inversions help to reverse the usual way that the body feels gravity. And they reverse the process of anti-aging, which is nice to know. And then slowly making your way back down onto the mat and coming into your Shavasana. So making yourself comfortable. If you have any lower back pain, bend your knees, have your feet wide and your knees resting together. And let your arms be a little out from the sides of your body with the palms facing up. And let your fingers softly curl. And come back to the flow of your breath. Feel the rise and fall of the stomach in the navel area with the gentle rhythm of the breath. So we're going to practice attention and relaxation tonight. So we tense one group of muscles and then relax it. So begin with the right leg, the right foot. Start to curl your toes under, squeeze your foot, squeeze your lower leg muscles up through your knee, your thigh, right up to your hip. Feel that tension in the right leg and keep the rest of the body relaxed. Hold that tension. You might like to inhale and hold the breath for a moment. Hold that tension. And as you exhale, relax from the hip down through your leg all the way to your toes. Your right leg is completely relaxed. Now bring your focus to your left foot. Start to curl your toes under. Squeeze your foot, lower leg, upper leg, up to the hip, left buttock. Hold that tension. And take an inhale and hold the breath and hold that tension. Feel the tension. And as you exhale, slowly relax from the hip down through your leg, all the way down to the tips of your toes. Your left leg is completely relaxed. Now bring your focus to your right hand and make a fist with your hand, squeezing your fist, squeezing the forearm, the upper arm, the shoulder, keeping the rest of the body completely relaxed. Feel that tension in the right arm. Hold the tension, observe the tension, and as you exhale, relax all the way from the shoulder to the fingertips. Your left arm is completely relaxed. Left hand making a fist, squeezing that fist, squeezing the lower arm, upper arm all the way to the shoulder, keeping the rest of the body relaxed. Hold that tension. Holding, noticing, feeling that tension. And as you exhale, relax from shoulder to fingertips. Your left arm is completely relaxed. Your whole body is relaxed. Now begin to squeeze the muscles around your tailbone and up through your spine, all the muscles in your back, in your chest, your stomach, your lower abdomen, squeezing the torso. Hold that tension, relaxing the limbs, the face as much as you can. Feel that tension. And as you exhale, relaxing your torso, chest, stomach, lower abdomen, your back, your whole body is relaxed. Now start to squeeze the muscles of your face, moving them all in towards your nose. Squeeze your eyes, top of your head, the back of your head, your neck muscles, throat. Feel that tension in the face, the head and the neck. Hold that tension for a moment. And as you exhale, release all the facial muscles. Relax the jaw, the neck, the throat, and all of the scalp. Your whole body is relaxed. Just allow your body to sink into this relaxation. Letting go of any tension, any thought. Relax your mind. Now begin to come back to the breath and start to deepen your inhales, feeling the flow of the breath. Nice deep inhales as you begin to wake up the body. Bring a little movement into the fingers and the toes. Maybe turning your head slowly from side to side. And perhaps bringing your arms over your head to take a full body stretch. And bringing your right arm down by your side. And roll to your left side, bending your knees. Resting your head in your upstretched arm if this is comfortable. And in your own time, making your way back up to a comfortable seated, easy pose, Sukhasana, cross-legged pose. I'm going to do a short pranayama practice. So draw your spine nice and upright. Head, neck, spine in alignment, shoulders relaxed. And so we're going to practice Brahmari or bee breath. So with this breath, when we start, we close off the ears and we close off the other senses. So we have the index fingers above the eyes, the next fingers just on the nose, and then ring fingers above the mouth, little fingers below the mouth, and then the thumbs press into the ears. So as you inhale, take a nice deep inhale into the belly, and as you exhale, we exhale with a humming sound. Let's begin. Trying to keep that sound as even and steady as possible. And taking one more breath like this. And releasing your hands down, rest them on your knees. Eyes are softly closed. Let's take a scan through your body from the top of your head, your face, neck, shoulders, down through your arms, relaxing as you go. Your chest, stomach and lower abdomen, hips, thighs, knees, lower legs and feet. And feel your body relaxed. And bring your focus back to the flow of your breath. I'm going to practice a 2-to-1 breath. So finishing meditation. So breathing in for a count of 3 or maybe 4, and then out for twice as long, so 6 or 8. So not forcing the breath. If this count is too long, you can shorten it to 2 and 4, 3 and 6. Now coming back to your natural breath. Keeping your mind's attention on the flow of the breath. Now bring your hands together at your heart center. We'll finish the class with one Om. So Om is the universal vibration, the sound that is said to have brought the universe into being. So taking a nice deep breath in to Om. Om. So we offer surrender and gratitude to the Guru lineages and blessings to all beings. And begin to rub your palms together. And bring your cupped hands and place them over your eyes. Coming into contact with the silence and stillness within yourself. And slowly open your eyes into your hands and lower the hands to the heart center. Namaste. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
And thank you, Emma.